All right, guys, so we're going to go over interest rate problems level 2. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share a screen with you. All of the previous problems that we have done, you've always been looking for interest. This time we're going to look for rate and maybe some other parts of the equation. Okay, here we have interest rate problems level 2. Amy is 20 years old. She took out a loan for a car that is worth $35,000. It takes her 5 years to pay off the car, and she ends up paying $27,825 in interest. What was the interest rate on her loan? All right, so let's start by highlighting some of the numbers on here. So we have 20 years old. We have 5 years here. We have $35,000 and $27,825 in interest. All right, this 20 years old right here, we don't really care about that, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and scratch that part out. Well, I don't know how to scratch it out, but we're not gonna worry about that right there, okay? So let me go ahead and write down the parts of the equation. We have I equals PRT. So interest, they're telling us right here that the interest is $27,825. So I'm gonna write $27,825. And then the principal is going to be $35,000. The rate is, we don't know what that is. That's what it's asking us. And then the time is 5 years. Okay. So this is what we have. $27,825 was the interest. $35,000 was how much the car was. That's what she took out the loan for. So that's principal, rate, that's what they're asking us to find, and time is 5 years. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this information into this formula right here. So I'm going to have interest is $27,825 equals the principal, which is $35,000, times the rate, which I don't know, and the time, which is 5 years. Okay. Now I'm going to rearrange this part over here. I'm going to put these two numbers together. So it'll be 35,000 times 5 times R. This side stays the same. And the reason I can rearrange this is because multiplication is commutative. So for example, 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. So we can change the numbers whenever we want. We're going to multiply these two things together. Okay. Now, this is just like a regular equation. This is a two-step equation that we've done before, only the numbers are bigger. Imagine if you had 3r equals 6. Well, what would you do to solve this equation? You're going to get rid of this 3, right? By doing what? Dividing by 3. You're going to do the same thing on this side, divide by 3, and you end up with r equals 2, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Well, the same thing here, it's just that the numbers are larger now, okay? So we're going to go ahead and divide by this number over here that's with our variables. So you divide by 175,000. Same thing on this side. That part goes away. We get R equals, when you divide this out into your calculator, you get 0.159. And you know you had to move your decimal 2 places in order to turn it back into a percent, okay? So our final answer is going to be 15.9% is the rate on the loan that she got. All right, let's try another example. Okay. Okay, let's go over here. Yancy is 30 years old. She takes out a loan for the same car worth $35,000. She pays off the loan in 4 years and ends up paying only $2,800 in interest. All right, again, we have a number here, but that number doesn't really matter. I'm going to put it in gray. The 3 numbers in yellow are the ones that we actually care about. Okay, so $35,000, that's how much the car is. That's what we're starting with. So that's going to be our P. That is the principal. 4 is the amount of time. So T equals 4 is our amount of time in years. It's telling us that she's paying $2,800 in interest, and they're asking us again for the rate. Okay. There we go. So let's go ahead and put this into the formula. So the formula we know is I equals P times R times T. Our I is this number right here, so we're going to go ahead and use that. 2,800 equals the principal amount, $35,000. R, I don't know, so I'm going to leave it as an R. And then T is 4 years. Okay? This number stays the same. I'm going to multiply these two numbers. Okay, same thing. This is a one-step equation. We need to get rid of this number right here. So we're going to divide both sides by this number. This goes away. That was the whole point. And then we have R equals, when you divide this and you put that into a calculator, you get 0.02. Move the decimal 2 times to the right to turn it back into a percent. And then your final answer is going to be 2%. Or 2.0, but 2 is fine. 2%. So the amount that this person is going to pay in the end is the rate, or the interest rate that they had for their loan was 2%. Okay. And here are the two problems again, just so you can see them. Okay, goodbye.